Welcome to our home, a small chateau in the French countryside, parts of which are roughly 400 years old, give or take. And the house is, in fact, a chateau, despite a number of opinions to the contrary in the comments section, mostly due to its size. We're Amanda and Lincoln. We had primarily been looking in the Loire Valley, where there is, practically speaking, a chateau on every corner. We just didn't fall in love with the area, so we widened our search and eventually ended up here, which introduced us to a part of the country we hadn't properly considered. We made a full asking offer on one, but the sellers neglected to mention they had already accepted another offer, which wasted a week of our time, so we flew back to the US feeling slightly crushed. We then received a phone call about a property that wasn't officially on the market. The owner, we were told, could be difficult. That turned out to be quite an understatement. But we could see it, a smaller chateau, something we could make into a home. It appeared to be the right choice. We arrived in France from San Francisco with our 2 daughters along with 1 cat and 1 dog. That number has increased, and we're lucky enough to be able to live anywhere in Europe thanks to my Italian citizenship. We had a plan for the chateau that felt sensible. We would turn the cottages into 2 B&Bs and earn a little money to help fund the renovations. Then we remembered why we moved here: to get away from people. The idea of inviting strangers onto the property felt slightly counterproductive for us, so we abandoned the plan and decided to be alone. We're renovating the chateau ourselves, which some people consider unwise for a project this scale. It was a deliberate choice, and while it can be stressful, expensive, and occasionally confusing, we genuinely love it here and are simply trying to preserve and update the building. Do we always renovate in the correct order? Not exactly. Some things are finished, some are not, and some are being done over again. Like this bedroom. I'll have more on that in an upcoming video. I really needed a camera operator for today because I'm about to film a segment for a video, but Lincoln is off doing something else. So I found a replacement. This is the Hover Air X1 Pro Max tracking drone, which weighs less than a baguette. It films in 8K and is small enough to bring along, so when I need it, I just take it out, open it up, press a button, and launch it straight from my hand. So instead of having Lincoln following me around with his phone, I don't think that's very straight.
Looks good to me.
The Hover Air tracks me working, checking out the property, or walking the dogs and Lincoln. We ended up using it a lot more than we thought we would, simply because it's so easy. Can you believe this fits in my pocket? Since it shoots in 8K, the footage is really sharp and gives you flexibility if you need to crop or reframe later. The best part is how easy it is to use, and you don't need to be a mechanical engineer to figure it out. The Hover Air X1 Pro Max is great if you love capturing your outdoor adventures without having to stop and set any equipment up. I really can't say enough good things about this little drone. It's so cool and convenient. What are you waiting for? Unlock your flying camera experience with Hover Air now. Check the link in our video description for more. Thanks, Hover Air. I think it's safe to say we've embraced the French lifestyle, at least in theory. On most days we can be found repairing, measuring, plastering, cleaning up, digging, and occasionally undoing something that was done earlier. Lincoln in particular has developed a strong interest in knocking things down. And many of you have asked what he did in a previous life to be able to do all of this. He went to business school. So if this is something you'd like to pursue, business school appears to be entirely unnecessary. He's always been super handy and interested in fixing things, so his skills are now in constant use. I was a private chef by day with ambitions of becoming a photographer and filmmaker, but those plans were replaced by the need to pay a mortgage in San Francisco. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Our world here includes animals, and they don't pay much attention to timing, and many of them appear precisely the moment a task becomes most delicate. They're all rescues, and they've fully integrated themselves into the renovation process. Primarily as observers, occasionally as participants, and more often than not as huge, annoying obstacles. The interruptions are consistent and sometimes impressively well timed, though never in a helpful way. I just can't figure that out. So at this point, they're no longer interruptions, but they've just become part of the renovation. And our plan was never to have so many pets. It just happened. Pancake, you better turn around. A typical day ends with several projects in progress. Some are finished, some aren't, and none entirely abandoned, which we've decided counts. And we're not entirely sure what we do without this work, and slowing down seems unlikely right now. So we'll continue as we are, making steady, if occasionally questionable, progress. I'd like more time in the walled garden, and Lincoln would like a tractor that works. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have something to say, leave us a comment.